Hey, hello and welcome to the show. It's me, John Park, and whoops, I've got the wrong, what the heck screen is that? I don't know what's going on here. Hey, look, no echo. That's exciting so far, cross fingers. I may have not quite found why it was doing it, but I toggled switches back and forth, and it's somewhat regularly not echoing. Hooray! Thanks for coming on over to the show today. This is the Product Pick of the Week show where I'm going to show you a cool new product pick and give you a big, deep discount on this product. Very exciting. I'm gonna check it out. Ooh, yeah, it's ready to go. So we have 96 in stock. I don't want to dally. Let me show you where to go. Head to this URL, this QR code right here. It's product ID 4300 in case you know the secret of adafruit.it/ and a product number. That'll get you right there. Go check it out. You can watch this show from inside of the product page itself. And before I go any further, what I'm going to do is have Lady Ada tell you all about this product. So take it away, Lady Ada.
Yes, we have the HalloWing M4. Last year around this time we released the HalloWing M0, which was a SAMD21 based board, a lot like this one. It was even in the Ada box, so this, this is a nice upgrade. Yeah. This has the same connectors, basically the same setup, but it has an upgraded display. The display is now 240 by 240, not 120 by 128. The chip is upgraded. It's a SAMD51, not a SAMD21, so it's much faster. It can do our new M4Is, which is a configurable, kind of rendered eyeball display, which is much nicer. It's got, as well, 4 side-lit NeoPixel LEDs. So you can see that from this demo here. I don't have it on my live demo, but on the other demo you can see we have 4 side-lit NeoPixels, and they are on these corners. And when you program it, you want 1 NeoPixel code on it. It basically just acts like a string of 4 NeoPixels. The eye looks really great because it's a much nicer IPS display, so it looks good from multiple angles, nice and bright. And of course it's got the SAMD51 on it, so it's a really powerful processor. But you still get all of the goodies. You get the speaker output, you get a 3-pin stem over here, 3-pin stemma over here, I2C connections, you get stemma or stemma QT, 8 megabytes of QSPI flash, on-off switch, analog input or capacitive touch pads, light sensor, reset button, and all the goodies here, rechargeable battery input if you'd like to make it portable. It's the exact same size as the previous, so any old projects, you can now upgrade them and they'll just work. They'll just have a much better display and much faster processor. And of course, those wonderful side-lit NeoPixels.
Yes, indeed. Look, here it is. I'm gonna grab it in a second, but that is, ooh, spooky right there. This is the product pick of the week. It is the HalloWing M4. And it makes for a good mask if you can do a perspective trick with your camera. Otherwise, you'll note it's actually kind of small. So this is we have 2 of these actually. There's the M0, the original one, and this is the higher powered M4 version of this. We call it the HalloWing, but it's really, it's not a wing at all, it's a feather. And you can see it's even got the feather pin out right there, so you can actually stack onto their feather wings if you want. But of course, the way it shines is in its standalone mode with this beautiful screen as a display for your Halloween projects, for your spooky projects, for your skull-based projects. And what I'll do is actually, let me demo the fundamental, let me switch cameras and I'll show you. Here's the fundamental demo for this, of course, is this great Phil Burgess Paint Your Dragon eyeball demo, which I have it without the eyelids there, and I'm going to tune my display or my camera for a second here so you can get a nicer view of that. Let me warm up a little bit, and let's see if I can boost the exposure just a bit. There you go. You get a pretty good view of it there. How's focus? Let's touch that up a little bit. Checking on a bigger display. Ooh, yeah, there we go. It's veiny and gross. If I recall correctly, this was based on a photo that Phil took of a roommate's eyeball originally, but it is more than that. This demo in particular is incredible because it does some real-time proper effects of the iris as the pupil changes size. It is really sophisticated, more so than you see on a lot of the Halloween store eyeballs. This, by the way, is running in Arduino, but thanks to the USB drive that we can access, the UF2 style USB drive that we can access, you'll see here I have a config file. It's called config.i with the famous .i extension. And this allows me to adjust a lot of the parameters of the eye just from this simple little JSON file. So, for example, you'll see, here's one that'll be really obvious. I'm going to go ahead and turn the eyelids back on. So upper eyelid and lower eyelid. I'm going to uncomment those lines. I'm going to save this file, just saved it right onto the drive, and then I'm going to press the little reset button that's back here, and you'll see it boots up really quickly, and now we have the lids, the black lids on here, which are a really good effect, especially for spooky, in the dark types of things. Next, what I'll do is actually, I'm going to bring back the full eye because I think that looks pretty cool. And I'll show you, I'm going to adjust the pupil color. I'm going to make a red, terrifying red pupil, and I'm going to change the slit pupil radius, which gives us a cat eye or a dragon eye style shape. And I'll hit reset on the board, and when it comes back up, we get dun dun dun, really cool. You can also do full-blown effects. We have a guide for this, and I'll show you a link in a second. You can change out the colors. So if I check, let's see, on the drive itself, I have the hazel eye. You can download others. Oh, I've got the reflection eye. This will look interesting. Let's do the sclera with the reflection map. So I'm just going to change the path on the drive there, hit save, reset, and now we'll get sort of a HDR dome environmental photo that looks like a chrome ball type of thing. You can tell it's not quite right because the reflection should be stuck in space, but it's still a cool metallic look. I think it looks really neat. So that's of course the demo we show a lot. But if you look in the main page here, and this is on product ID 4300. So if you can go to adafruit.com/product/4300. Here it is. We have about 60 of them in stock right now, and they are going for only $19.97, so half off, just during the show. You don't need a coupon code. All you have to do is throw it in your cart. You can get up to 10 of them if you have big eyeball plans. Excellent. And you'll get them for this price. The price goes back up after the show. If you look at the main Learn Guide, you can see there's a really nice demo showing off these NeoPixels that we have around the edges on the backside, so it can glow whatever's behind the eye or the skull of the HalloWing. And there's info there about prepping it for use with eyeball stuff, using it in Arduino, using it in CircuitPython. It is an M4, basically a Feather M4, so you can use it in all of those ways. Here are some guides that have been done with it, and you can also look for the HalloWing M0 guides. Most of those will work as well. But here are some M4 specific guides. And these show a candy bowl that the Roos brothers made, animated eye candy bowl. Very cool effect here, as well as a mounting system for the eye. Here is in use on a little tombstone. And on this one you can see, here's this really cool one of Noah wearing the Starro face mask. And he has on it one of these convex lenses. So you can get these lenses. We have both a plastic and a glass version of those, and we have a little mounting acrylic that you can use to attach those. And that gives it a nice dimensional look, a spherical dimensional look. So go check those out. Let me see, other facts about the board. So it's an ATSAM D51, 32-bit Cortex M4 chip on there. It acts like a feather, has 512K of flash, 192K of RAM, and then we have an 8 megabyte SPI flash that you can use to store all the graphic files, sounds as well. This has an I2S amplifier built into it, or no, is it I think it's a Class D amplifier. Did I make a note? Yeah, Class D speaker driver on here, so you can plug a speaker right into it. We've also got light sensor up front. In fact, one of the settings you can change on the eyeballs is, sorry, I wasn't showing it, but there's the sensor. Let me flip my camera view here. Up here is this little light sensor, and you can use that to do things like animate only when you detect a change in the lighting, so sort of a primitive motion sensor, or you can adjust the pupil dilation based on light, so if you shine a flashlight at it, it'll pin real tight, which is cool. There's a 3-axis accelerometer on there, so you can do motion-based input on it. We have the LiPo charger and ports, so if you look here, what I'll do is I'll plug in a little LiPo battery. Where are you? There you are. And this will show a yellow indicator there that it is charging. I can unplug my USB and look, it's still running. So this makes it really convenient if you get a little LiPo battery that you can tuck behind there, then you can wear this on a costume or hat, fascinator, headband, put it in your mouth, don't do that. What else? It's got JST ports for add-ons on it. So there are 2 3-pin JSTs, which can be used for things like analog and digital inputs, switches, PIR sensors, things like that. And we have a full-size 4-pin I2C Stemma port. It's not the Stemma QT one, but we have cables that allow you to then connect it to any of the 57,000 different Stemma QT boards that we have for things like distance sensors and magnetometers and so forth. There is, like I said, a reset button on there. There's also an on-off switch, so we can just power that off, save some battery, which is great. You don't have to just unplug it. Great feature to have on this. And turn it back on, lights back up. There we go. Also, the teeth, these little teeth here, these are capacitive touch sensors. We have 4 of them. They can also be used, I think, as analog inputs. So you can do different triggers for your effects based on touching those, which is a pretty nice add-on as well. Let's see, what else? I think that covers it. Oh, Franklin mentioned the Harry Potter book demo. Yeah, if we go back to the guides, I mentioned this, but I should really show it. If you go to the Learn system and just type in HalloWing, here you'll see a bunch that were made originally on the M0, but they'll pretty much all work on the M4. Maybe some will require some tweaks. So we have things like this persistence of vision LED stick. You can see some cool long exposure photos I did using this persistence of vision software that Phil B wrote, running on the HalloWing. We have, of course, the all-seeing skull. So you can see there we've got HalloWing skull and a PIR sensor for that milky dead eye, which will sense when someone gets near and activate the effects. Here's this Hocus Pocus book. Beautiful, look at that, built right into the book cover. Some use in a pumpkin, a spirit board for Ouija effects, and here's this googly eye. This is showing off the accelerometer. If you look at that little demo there, it's a really sophisticated, modern googly eye. I love it. And many, many more. So there's a lot of guides to help you on your way using the eye here. Let me go and change these graphics again. I'm going to go back to the Hazel eye here. We'll get rid of the slit pupil, and we can change the lid path there to allow. Got to plug it in, of course. Whoops. Save your config.i. Give it a restart. And we are back in business. Ooh, we've got the red pupil. I'll leave that on there. So if you want to go pick one of these up, head over to this URL right here. Looks a lot like that, product 4300. We have, let's go and refresh this, 57 of them in stock, so you can still grab them. We had about 100 going into this, so go grab some now at a discount if you want. Otherwise, they'll be around. Just as we get nearer to Halloween, these tend to disappear off the shelves. And like I said, if you look on the side here, there are some links to things that you can add on to this, including, do we have a link? Yeah, to the convex glass lens right there. I believe I can't remember if the mount for that is here. You can also use zip ties. I've used zip ties before to hold that in. But there are, I think we have files in some of the Learn guides for a laser cuttable or 3D printable mount that'll hold that convex lens in place there nicely. All right, I think that is gonna do it. So that right there is my product pick of the week. It is the HalloWing M4. Go and grab one. For Adafruit Industries, I'm John Park, and this has been JP's product pick of the week. See you next time. Bye-bye.